By now, I'm betting a lot of you have seen the story about the so-called TikTok doctor being accused of sexual assault and harassment while working at OHSU. If you don't know who I'm talking about, let me explain for just a minute. Dr. Jason Campbell went viral last year for these TikToks of him dancing in scrubs. It was a feel-good story during the pandemic. I mean, we covered it. We interviewed him a few times. He got national attention at one point. He was even featured in President Biden's virtual inauguration parade earlier this year. But while he was going viral, one of his colleagues claims he was also sexually harassing her. She just filed a lawsuit against Campbell and OHSU in federal court. She says the harassment began in January of 2020 with pornographic and sexually explicit texts and social media messages. Then in March, she says Campbell came up behind her and pushed his body and erection into her over a desk. The woman says she reported this to at least 13 different people at OHSU, including some people who were in leadership roles and mandatory reporters. And despite these accusations, the lawsuit says OHSU continued to promote Campbell during his viral fame by posting about him on social media and featuring him on their website, that sort of stuff. Again, this all happened after Campbell was accused. Now, the hospital sent us a statement saying, in part, OHSU does not condone behavior as described in the lawsuit. We are continuously working to evolve our culture, policies, and practices to provide an environment where all learners, employees, patients, and visitors feel safe and welcome. Now, these allegations are obviously problematic on their own, but in this case, they are exactly that, allegations. And we're going to wait to learn more, just like everybody else. But I do want to take a look at the bigger picture here, because the lawsuit also claims sexual misconduct is buried at OHSU. Perpetrators of alleged sexual misconduct are praised, protected, and even glorified. Victims are not protected. They are shamed, dismissed, and subjected to retaliation. Again, these are accusations, and OHSU says that they do not condone this behavior. But let's look at some recent history for some context. In 2019, an internal survey of staff and students found the university had a problem with sexual harassment and discrimination. According to the Lund Report, 26% of people reported they were the victim of sexual misconduct within the last 3 months. 26%. And 22% said it happened to them a year or two ago. That same year, OHSU was hit with 4 discrimination lawsuits, 2 of them over sexual harassment. One employee says that she complained to her supervisor about being harassed, but claims she was told the accused harasser was, quote, probably on the spectrum, and that he probably just, quote, admired her. Another woman says after she complained about a sexist work environment, she was told, quote, lay low, this is the culture. The woman accusing Campbell wants her suit to go to trial by this summer. We'll keep you posted.